Jupiter. Let's go.
Well, hello there. This is the Fandemic, and this is Timmy Neagan Hayworth coming to you live. And I'll tell you one thing right now. I hope you got your shitting pants on because before you are done, you are going to be shitting your pants. And without further ado, here is the host of this outstanding damn show, Brad.
Mr. Negan, I may need to go get some toilet paper if I'm going to be shitting my pants today. It already kind of smells a little bit bad in here, but I think we'll make do since it's just me in here. So thank you very much for that warm, non-eye popping out of my head introduction, kind sir. This is the Fandemic, especially a catch-up on everything episode of the Fandemic. About a year ago, I lost my job in the middle of the pandemic. And I would go to Facebook and go through my feed and see so many people that I call, or at least used to call, my friends at one time. I see people that change my life every day through the lens of Facebook. And that is when I decided that I really wanted to catch up with all of them. This is how the Fandemic was born. The goal was simple: to nerd out with as many different people as possible. But not everyone nerds out the same way. So we're going to design different type of shows to have the most fun with the most different nerds that we know. So let me ask you this. Do you put ketchup on everything? Eggs, hot dogs, mac and cheese? All right, that's a little much, but you get the picture. Today's episode, we are going to catch up and talk about random things along with the what's what and the who's who in today's pop culture. We'll do a quick pitch, a random review, discuss your GOAT, and maybe even add to the wheel of the Fandemic. Looking for a better name, though, and maybe you can help me with that. My guest today really needs no introduction. His name is Timmay Hayworth. All right, and this is where the applause track comes in here. Yay! All right, and my screen just froze. Hang on. Okay. Oh, go ahead.
I'm still here with you.
All right. I still have my eyeball, so that's pretty cool. So we're gonna start this off. I'm gonna Timmy and I go way back to our pre-pube days, and the boobs were a lot littler back then, and still very appealing.
Oh yeah.
Yes. Many of days in a small park smoking cigarettes and playing hacky sack. Those were the days. Those were the days.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I wish I would never remember because we were always looking for alcohol.
We were. It was hard to find a dealer.
It was, especially in small, middle of the town, nowhere, Iowa. So, all right, Timmy. First question for you. What are some of your favorite things to nerd out about?
PlayStation 4, definitely. PlayStation 4 games. I'm a big fan of the Uncharted games, and I love to sit and just talk about how great the storylines are in them. It's almost like the storyline surpasses the actual gameplay, because I mean you get so in depth with the characters and you get so interested in them that you just really care about where the story goes and where the characters go. And that's a really different thing when it comes to video games. It's like, oh, you die. Well, okay, well, I get to come back. But you actually start to care about these characters and you don't want them to die. You want to go through the whole thing. The Arkham games, same thing. Anything PlayStation 4 is really something I love to geek out on.
Oh man, Horizon Zero Dawn is by far one of the best games I've played in a long time. But going back to what you're talking about, Uncharted 4. I mean, for fuck's sake, you do a level of Crash Bandicoot in it. I mean,
I know.
You get to that point and you're like, what is this? What kind of awesomeness Okay. Oh shit! I just got rolled over.
Yeah, and you're doing it twice. That's the thing that gets me. It's like not only do you be any spoiler alert, but at the end of the game, you're doing it a second time. You get like a chance to redeem yourself after you just went through this new game to go back to the roots of Naughty Dog and actually get to try again to see, okay, have you improved? Well, nothing that you have done in the entire time that you played this game is setting you up to play it a second time. So there is absolutely no goddamn way in hell that you're going to do better the second time. You're
Oh,
still going to
absolutely.
suck ass because you haven't played it since you were in frickin' grade school or high school.
Oh man, that game alone made me go buy the Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy. Now, I still don't have the new one because you know what? Those freaking games are hard. And
Oh yeah.
I'm the guy I put it on story mode. So I don't have to think too hard. Yeah, the guy I just for a good story pick this. That's what I'm going to do. The
Oh yeah,
people
me
start
too.
on hard. No. Why would you ever start it on hard? And then no, that's just these people are liars and cheats. Those are the real cheaters. All right, that's my
I look
rant.
at it this way: is I don't see I don't see hard mode as being hard mode. Whenever I see a hard mode in a video game, I see it as fuck you mode because there
Mm,
is no chance in hell that you're going to be able to get through it on your first run. You have to play that game in normal numerous times before you can finally go into hard, or even if they have like an insane mode,
oh yeah,
which is you can't
insane.
fucking win mode.
Oh man,
Yeah.
I attempted to start on the normal in the newest Star Wars game, Fallen Jedi, and man, that was hard. Man, I got my ass kicked so bad. I was like, no, back to story mode, back to
Mhm.
story. Oh, oh man. All right, good answer. All right, all right. Are you ready for this? Question number two.
You bet.
What is the weirdest thing that you ever put ketchup on?
Weirdest thing I've ever put ketchup on. Um, uh, bologna and cheese sandwich with Miracle Whip, and
Okay.
I tried it with ketchup. That I thought was strange, and it worked for me, and I actually liked it.
Really? So do you do
Hmm.
that to this day?
To the what?
Do you
To this
still do
day?
that?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
oh
Okay. So
yeah, oh
is,
yeah.
is it a staple in your house? Like, have you passed this down to your kids?
No, because my son doesn't actually eat a bologna and cheese sandwich. He'll just
Hmm.
tear the thing apart and only eat the bologna. Then he'll eat the cheese, and then he'll eat the bread. He eats them all separate because he says it doesn't taste good together, but I like them separate, even though it all goes in the same damn place.
Right. And
I,
kids are so weird like that. Yeah. I was like, all right.
it's like
I
it's all gonna go to the same place, dude. I don't know what the hell you're doing.
right. I know my
Yeah,
my kid. She doesn't like frosting. My youngest, she's 8 years old, doesn't like frosting. And I'm like, hey, I'm type 2 diabetic. I obviously like frosting. Like, what the hell? But yeah, she'll sit there and she'll scrape the frosting off of a cupcake that my wife will make. And I just every time I look at it like, but that's the cupcake part. You need the
yeah.
frosting. Right. You
Well, you
know,
got to have the frosting on the cupcake, otherwise it's just like a muffin.
right. And who wants a chocolate muffin?
Nobody.
Well,
You got
yeah, I yeah, because you have to load those things up with so much powdered sugar that you might as well have a cupcake.
Yeah, I was
Excellent,
gonna say.
excellent. Okay, are you ready for this? Now we're
You
going to
bet.
get into the tougher questions. Those are the warm ups. If you could merge two
Okay.
properties together, what would they be?
I could merge two properties
Like
together.
movie properties, book properties.
DC and Marvel, just to see the ultimate DC versus Marvel universe battle.
Excellent.
Just to see it. That to me, even though I said earlier that I geek out when it comes to video games, I
Mm.
still just would love to see, Hulk versus Superman. um Iron Man versus Batman, just it would be to me the ultimate movie series. I would, oh god, I would
So
love it.
Yeah, I did not prep you to say that at all, right?
No, not at all.
Okay, so episode 2 of the Fandemic is going to be Marvel and DC crossover.
Oh shit. Smart.
Episode 2 will be. I have a pitch, and my guess. I'm not going to announce it yet, but it'll be coming out soon. He is a Marvel hero and a DC hero. I'll leave that open ended to be explained in episode 2. But we are having that conversation this weekend. It will be in the feeds very, very soon. And yes, I have a couple pitches. I'm only going to be going into one of them, and it's epic. If I mean, not to toot my own
Smart
horn, but
minds.
hey, yes.
Smart minds think alike.
Oh yeah. Awesome. All right. So who is your fictional hero and why?
Oh, of course, Negan. See, here's the thing with Negan. Negan is not a bad guy. Negan is only, and I'm talking Negan from The Walking Dead, for those of you who aren't aware.
And if you don't know who Negan is, I don't know if you should be listening to this. This is the Fandemic. Come on, guys. This is Walking Dead.
Exactly.
You should know. If not, pause. There's a lot of stuff out there. There's some comics. There's a lot of TV. Go watch it.
Yeah, you got 6 episodes or 6 seasons you have to go through before you get to Negan, and then it gets good. But no, sorry, that's not true. That's just my own opinion. But no, you see, Jeffrey Dean Morgan, the guy that plays Negan, put it best. He says, I look at Negan as not a bad guy. The only reason why he's a bad guy is because you are seeing things from the perspective of Rick's group through the entire show.
Yeah.
You don't know what Negan went through to get to the point that he was at, and what he's willing to do for his group. Rick's group killed hundreds of the saviors. Negan got even by only killing 2 people. That was it. It was only 2.
Yeah.
And by those 2, they were 2 solid people. But that's how he makes his point. He's like, I don't need to kill hundreds of you. I want you to work for me. He sees people as being as a resource. So therefore, I want you to work for me. I don't want to kill all you. But at the same time, I want to let you know that I will if you do not follow me. So does that make him a bad guy? Not really, because Rick said early on in the show that this is no longer a democracy. You're going to do what I say, and everybody was okay with that.
Yeah.
So, but when Negan comes in and says you're going to do what I say, he's basically doing the same thing that Rick is, only harsher. He's just getting the point across even harsher.
That's a solid point. I happen to agree with you 100%. Negan, those shows are straight up perspective. Your design, the whole show was Rick was the hero, and then they killed off Rick. I thought that they should have automatically made it a Negan or had a Negan spinoff. One of the best episodes of the show is the was the second to the last episode of the season, with Negan and his wife.
Oh, that was the last episode of the season. Yep. Here's Negan. Yep.
And that was fantastic. Going even a little bit further than that, Image just launched a new Negan series, and there's only been 2 issues out. Actually, I think 2. I know 1, and that was a couple months ago. I keep on bugging my comic book store owner buddy of mine. When's it coming out? It's in my pull file, and I haven't seen it. And it's a great book with a great little twist there at the end, and it definitely puts a smile on your face. But Negan does deserve a spinoff, and I'm sorry, but Maggie, get over it.
Exactly, I agree. All the things that he's done. Yeah, all the things he's done so far. I mean, he saved Judith. He's been there for Judith. He's been helping to rebuild Alexandria. He killed Alpha, and he did all these things leading up to this, and she all of a sudden she shows up and they're like, oh well, now that Maggie's back after she ditched our ass and now she's coming back. Well, sorry, since even though you've been here the whole time, even most of it in a cell, sorry to tell you this, but we're going to have to try to eliminate you because Maggie's more important. And I'm like, why? If those two cannot coexist, it's no longer Negan's fault. And that smile at the end of Here's Negan, when he smiles at Maggie, I think that is his way of saying, it's like, you know what? Bring it on, because I'm not going to bring it on to you. I'm at peace with myself and what I've done. So if anything happens from here on out, it's on you. It's not on me.
I agree. And put it beside the point, Jeffrey D. Morgan is such an amazing actor that he beat out the actor that actually influenced the character from the start, Henry Rollins. That part was supposed to go to Henry Rollins, and it didn't, because Jeffrey D. Morgan, the Winchester, I mean, man, he is just amazing. Amazing. And to put it also, another point with Maggie, it's not like they haven't had Bruce Wayne yet. I mean, come on. Jeffrey Dean Morgan and Maggie are they're the parents of Bruce Wayne.
I know, and that is so great. I just love that.
Right? Okay, I'm like, great. I mean, by far probably the best scene, one of the best scenes in Batman v Superman. I mean, because I only below the scene where Batman and Superman become buddies by saying the word of Martha. Only there if you pick up my sarcasm. Awesome. All right.
Oh yeah.
So today is May the 4th. Today is actual Star Wars Day. Now, the new show, The Bad Batch, just started today. Have you had a chance to watch it?
No, I did see The Mandalorian, but I have not had a chance to watch it yet. I usually watch my my shows on Disney Plus on Saturdays and Sundays.
Okay, so I figured an episode, 30 minutes or so, I could knock that out on my lunch break. I pull it up, it's an hour and 14 minutes, and I said, well, fuck. Apparently, I can't watch that on my lunch break today. So I got about 35 minutes. I didn't know it was that long. Yeah, the first episode. Now, have you seen have you seen Rebels and the Clone Wars?
I've seen some of the Clone Wars. I have seen Rebels.
Okay, so I'm not gonna spoil. Fuck that. No, I won't spoil it. I won't spoil it for you. But there's the first 5 minutes of the Bad Batch. You might need some toilet paper. You're gonna probably shit yourself if you're a big fan of Rebels.
Okay. And I am. I am.
Rebels is awesome. I love all those characters, and there's, Star Wars is one of those things. Like, yeah, of course, there's other fucking people that can use the Force. Let's be real about this shit. How many Jedi throughout the years left the Jedi Order because they wanted to go get married? You tell me that after the fall they didn't be like, hey, dude, you know the Force, I know the Force. Let's dust off that lightsaber and let's go to work.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, it's not all of them went into hiding. I don't think some of them went. Well, I mean, they all went into hiding. I shouldn't say that, but they went into hiding in different versions of the word. Obi-Wan Kenobi went into hiding because he was one of the top guys that they were trying to take out. One of the top Jedi they were trying to take out. Yoda did the same thing. Well, Yoda was the ultimate. I mean, after Mace Windu was killed, I would consider Yoda to be next in line to be the head of the Jedi Council. So he had to seek refuge somewhere where nobody would ever find him. The only person that knew where he was Obi-Wan Kenobi, as we find out in Empire. But when it comes to the other Jedis, you can't tell me there ain't other Jedis that were out there. It's just that at the point that we got to A New Hope, the reason why it's called A New Hope, in my opinion, is because now all these other Jedis, with the exception of Obi-Wan and Yoda, have either been found out and destroyed, or they have died of their own natural causes and whatnot, and have gone on to the Force and become part of the Force orb.
Right.
And that's where you get A New Hope, because now there's only one more living Jedi that is actually can be out there and actually destroy the Empire. That's my take on it.
You're right on. I agree with you, man. A New Hope is probably one of the greatest movies that's ever been made,
Oh
in
yeah,
my
hands
humble
down.
opinion. I mean, I did name my daughter Leia, so I mean, I might be a little bit
Nice.
Star Wars biased. I got to pick the name. My wife got to pick the spelling, and it took me 8.5 months to figure out the damn spelling. So it got to the point where my wife was like, "Okay, if you can't figure this out, she's not going to be named Leia." I'm like, "Okay, I will figure it out. I will get it tattooed." So it's Laeah is how it's spelled.
Nice.
So awesome,
Nice.
awesome, awesome. All right. So you kind of told me what a part of this next question is. What was your favorite video game, the Uncharted series? But what is your favorite movie, band, and TV show? I'm guessing the TV show is Walking Dead.
Actually, my favorite. Okay, so first when you said favorite movie,
Yeah, favorite movie.
favorite movie of all time is The Crow.
Agree.
That's number one.
Mhm.
Because just the nostalgia of it, the fact that Brandon Lee was a character, he played a character, Eric Draven, that came back from the dead and died 3 days before filming was done is just eerie.
Yeah.
But the story to me is really good. It's a comic book movie. A lot of
It
people
is.
don't know that it is
J.O.
based
Bar.
off of, yeah. And
Mhm.
you read that novel, that graphic novel, once he put it all together in the graphic novel, and you watch the movie. I mean, they're similar, but there are so many differences. There is so much heartbreak in that graphic novel.
Yeah.
It is just, I mean, it is so hard to read. It's one of those that you read it as you read it. If you're into comics, you really get pulled into this and you
Oh
really
yeah.
feel bad. And I think that I think that David Proyas did a great job with the score, or sorry, the directing. I think that Brandon Lee, he personified the character
Yeah.
perfectly, and all the other side characters. I mean, the whole cast was just perfect.
Oh, yeah.
So that's what's that?
Oh, I was agreeing. Yeah. Yep.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think he was. I think that it was just the best casting you could possibly had for that. It was just hands down awesome. Um, favorite band used to be, as you knew back in the day, was Nine Inch Nails.
Right.
But eventually I realized that you can't spend your entire life just being depressed over things. So now my favorite band is actually Theory of a Dead Man.
Mm.
Is my favorite band, Theory.
Very, 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 very good band. Man, they've gone through a lot of changes in their history. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
they used to be pretty hard, and then they went pop a little. Not pop. I don't want to say pop. I mean, like they had their big
They did.
breakout hit with Bad Girlfriend, and they're still rock pop, but yeah, I mean now they're a very very good band, and they're one of those groups that you can just put on an album and listen to all the songs, and there's
It,
not a
it,
lot of bands like that out there.
and I actually got the opportunity to see him at the Surf Ballroom, which if you ever have a chance to see one of your favorite bands at the Surf Ballroom, I suggest
Oh
you do, because it's such a small venue
yeah.
and it's so much fun. But they came out and they said, this is a beer stop. They said, okay, we're just going to play our greatest hits. And it was a jukebox of the greatest hits. And I tell you what, it was the best concert I'd ever been to. It was like a giant party for everybody that loves Theory of a Dead Man, and they played all their hits, even the ones where back in the day, as you said, that they've moved, that they've
Mhm.
evolved. Back in the day, on their first albums, they sounded like Nickelback,
Yeah.
because they were under Nickelback's recording production producers, Roadrunner. They were under
Right.
Roadrunner Records, and they sounded. I mean, it was like you heard a Nickelback song, and then you heard a Theory song, and you couldn't tell the difference. And they
All right.
found their own sound. And then once they did, then they kind of experimented more and more and more away from it when they went to a different record label.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but seeing them in concert and hearing like their greatest hits, absolutely awesome. But so yeah, so Theory would be my favorite there. And the third one, favorite TV show, Quantum Leap,
Oh,
from
very good.
the late 80s and early 90s. I still to this day have a place in my heart. It was such a great concept. We were adding science fiction with general love and just, here's a guy he wants to learn how to do time travel, wants to do time travel, steps into the accelerator, and now he's leaping around time, and he's turning into these different people, and everybody sees him as this different person, and he has to not only personify that person, but he has to try to wrong something that, or right something that was wrong, sorry. And it was such a great concept, and they dealt with so many different issues that were very important at that time that you really couldn't do today, in my opinion.
Man, when you say quantum leap, there's one episode where he leaps into Lee Harvey Oswald, and that is right. That was probably was my favorite quantum leap episode, except for there was a couple where they switch spots, where Sam goes into Ziggy, or whatever. But
or in the Al, yep.
Al, that's right. Now, Ziggy was the little the cell phone, the little
Ziggy was the actual full computer,
right?
And talked to Al through his controller. Gosh, I should remember what that's called, since I'm such a big fan. Oh my God, I'm losing my shit. But my God, age is getting to me. But yeah, I mean that was the best. That episode was so good as Lee Harvey Oswald, because whenever he would leap from life to life, you would see like the big blue, and there was the big break, and then he'd leap into the next person. With that one, he actually had the opportunity to see how leaps actually happened to Sam, which was just, you hear this crash like a lightning, like an advanced lightning crash, and then boom, he's somewhere else, and now he has to try to readjust to where he is. And that was so cool about that episode, is that now he's the same person, which he's not used to, but at the same token, he's got to now adjust to the era that he's in at that time, in that point in Lee Harvey Oswald's life.
So
that was a great episode.
Yeah, do you think that Quantum Leap should be rebooted?
No. I think that what Quantum Leap should be, if you had asked me that 20 years ago, I would have said, yeah, have somebody else step into the accelerator and try to find Sam. He has his own, like the Next Generation thing, where he has his own thing going on, and then he finds Sam finally, and they merge together, and Sam goes home. Then Dean Stockwell as Al can retire, since he's getting up there in age. Right. And then Sam Beckett, Scott Bakula will end up being Al's character and whatnot. You could have went that direction. But today with Scott Bakula's age and Dean Stockwell being not well in health, from what I understand, I would say reboot, no, but definitely a movie that closes it out and brings Sam Beckett home.
Because I know Scott Bakula is, because NCIS New Orleans is done after this year. So
and he has always said that he would have no problem revisiting Sam Beckett as long as the writing was right and Don Belisario was a part of the project, who created Quantum Leap,
and who also created I think he created NCIS as well.
Yep, and he also created Airwolf and Magnum PI.
Now Airwolf, that's something that needs to come back. I'm sorry, Airwolf would be amazing right now, as long as it's not on the CW. Well, CW has some good shows. All right, Arrow is my favorite superhero is Green Arrow, but I mean Arrow was great. I like Green Arrow before Arrow, so I like the Van Dyke and everything. But have you watched Superman and Lois?
No, but I have watched Supergirl, if that's any consolation.
Well, Supergirl was great for a little bit, and then it
started,
it just I couldn't do it anymore. But Superman and Lois is fantastic. I mean, fantastic. That and Stargirl is actually really, really good as well. But Superman and Lois, I hadn't bought a Superman comic in years until I started watching Superman and Lois. And then I actually went and bought a couple of Superman comics. And it's great. It's so good. And it's on HBO Max. It's on the CW app if you get it, because you can download it for free.
Should be on Hulu. I'm gonna say I got Hulu.
I don't think it's on Hulu, but I mean, I know you can download the CW. Well, you can download the CW app for free and watch it all.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I got to get HBO Max anyway because it's the only place you can find South Park.
I know, and I watch. I just got done with Paradise PD on Netflix, so I was starting on. I want to go back and rewatch some South Park, and every time I try to get into an episode, it never fails. Before too long, I got an 8-year-old coming out saying, "Hey, Daddy." I'm like, "Well, shit. Okay, we'll watch this later." Got to try to be.
Well, I got a 13-year-old. I
Right.
got a 13-year-old now, so him and I actually we sit and just watch South Park together.
Yep.
And it's like he's probably gotten a sexual awakening and everything from animated characters that look like shit on screen, but I don't really care because this is just you got to watch. I mean, this is intelligent humor that's mixed in with dick and fart jokes. I mean, you can't beat that.
Right. Yes, I agree wholeheartedly. All right. So now we're going to move on to a different part, and we are going to do a couple things. We're going to start off with a little bit of a pitch, fix, or ditch, a little taste of what's to come. So pitch, fix, or ditch is going to be, we're going to take the Wheel of the Fandemic, or this fun little app that I have on my phone, and we're going to give you a little improv. So we're going to pick a couple characters at random, but we're going to add a couple in here right now because I only have a few. So far, I have Batman, Superman, Iron Man, and that's it. So we're going to let this thing grow and see how much we can grow. So we're going to add a couple characters. Obviously, since we've brought up Walking Dead several times, we're going to add Negan in here for sure. All right.
Of course you would.
Absolutely. All right, and we need at least 2 more characters. We got Negan. We need we talked a lot about Uncharted, so we definitely got to get Nate. Oh gosh, slipped my mind now. Nathan Drake in there. Now, I think we should probably add. You pick. Give me 2 characters we can add in here today.
Black Widow, because I love Scarlett Johansson.
Okay, Black Widow. Okay,
and one more, and it could be anybody, huh?
Anybody,
any fictional character.
Right.
Let's let's really throw things nostalgic, and let's throw in Alucard from the Castlevania series, the son of Dracula. That really will shake things up.
Very good. Season 4 of Castlevania comes on Netflix in a couple of weeks.
Oh yeah, also, great show.
And you know what? We are going to add. Do we want Al or do you want Sam from Quantum Leap?
Oh, definitely Sam, since he's actually the leaper. We'll go with Sam.
All right, so our characters. We got 2 characters for this fun little story that we're going to tell, and our 2 characters will be. All right. So before I tell you who it is, I'll let you do you want to pass or do you want to keep it?
Oh, before I even know?
Before you know.
Now, you know what? I got a hell of an imagination. Let's go with keep it. All
right. So Batman or Batgirl? Batman or Batgirl is the first character in our story today. All right.
Okay. So I got to choose between Batman and Batgirl.
Either one. We can do either one. But yeah, okay, so Batgirl.
Let's do Batgirl because everybody would choose Batman because everybody loves Batman. You know what, Batgirl, Oracle doesn't get the respect she deserves back when she was Batgirl.
Oracle is one of the best characters. She should have stayed as Oracle. But I happen to agree with you. And I have an amazing Batgirl pitch, a Batgirl Supergirl pitch that I will get to sometime soon in the Fandemic. All right, for the character number 2, is going to be keep it or let it go.
I said keep it right away for the first one, but the way that you're looking at me and you smiled as soon as you saw it, I'm going to say keep it because it's got to be a great combination.
Well, put on your shitting pants because we got some Negan coming in. All right.
Yes.
And it was literally, it was on the line. A penis wrinkle more, and it would have been Iron Man.
Oh,
All right. So we have Batgirl
Batgirl
and
and Negan.
Negan. All right. Now, where is this going to
Okay.
take place? So far, we have. So far, I have Gotham City, Metropolis, the Zoo, Prom Night, just the DC universe or the Marvel universe. All right, we need 2 more choices from you, Timmay Hayworth. What do we got?
A local bar.
Okay.
I can just see that coming down bad. Let's see, one more. The Pentagon.
I dig it. Okay. All right. So, where this is going to take place. All right. Keep it or try again.
We're going to keep it. I've kept it twice, and I've liked what I got so far.
All right. So we are going to have to play with Negan and Barbara Gordon Babs, Batgirl, at the local bar.
Oh, yes.
All right. Now,
okay.
Now, for something that must happen in our story, we have a hand gets cut off, update or uploaded something on YouTube, or has to take a bathroom break at the most inopportune time. We're going to add 2 things to the wheel of the Fandemic with a better name that needs to come soon.
Okay.
What do you got? 2 things that must happen.
2 things that must happen. Somebody's got to get down on their knees.
On their knees. Okay.
I was gonna say, I mean, I'm not trying to be sexual here, but that's Negan. I'm gonna need you on your knees.
I agree.
Number 2, let's see, it'd be something for Batgirl. Something that has to happen. Batman calls her to how do I put this? Batman calls her to a different to a different crime, to a different situation. However you want to word that.
So Batman calls for her help.
Yep, calls for help. There you go. Yeah, that's the best way to put it.
All right. So the something that must happen is we're just gonna keep this one on their knees.
Okay.
On their yeah,
on
I'm
their
not even
knees.
gonna give you a
Okay.
choice. No, because this is just gonna be too much fun. All right, so Batman or Batgirl Negan at a local bar, and one of them has to get on their knees, and the genre that we have to tell. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
All right, and keep it or spin again.
Been doing all this every time. Spin again. We're gonna do one. We're gonna do
All
one
right,
where we're gonna spin again.
It was your choice. It was your choice. So,
oh, okay.
Well, so all right. So the genre is horror.
Oh,
horror. So again, we're gonna
Okay.
tell a little horror story with
Okay.
Batgirl and Negan. All right, and you know what? Since today is Star Wars Day, let's have this take place a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away.
Oh, well, then it's got to be in Mos Eisley at the cantina.
Of course, because that's a local bar.
Yes.
All right. So the story takes place a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. Negan and Barbara Gordon are at the Mos Eisley Cantina. And then,
Oh, now it's me.
all you.
Okay. And then someone walks in. A harsh sound, a voice that no one wants to hear. Breathing. Darth. He enters the cantina and he is looking for someone. I'm looking for the man they call Negan. I hear he's here. I must find him now. You.
All right. On a table across the bar, a beautiful redhead turns her head a little bit and just piques her imagination, and she sees a figure all in black, and she takes her hand to her ear and she says 2 words: he's here. Go.
Everyone is expecting Batman to come through the front door, but instead, a man dressed in only a pair of jeans, wearing a leather jacket and holding a barbed wire baseball bat walks in. No one at the cantina has ever seen him before. He walks in and he says, "Listen to your pants yet? Oh, Vader, I got a feeling we are getting close. Yeah, it's going to be PP Pants City here real soon. So you're the prick who's the leader. Well, look at you wearing that black and acting like you're something special because you got something called the Force. Well, hell, your Force is nothing compared to my beautiful Lucille because she is fucking awesome and she is a vampire bat. Go."
This tall figure, Darth Vader, slowly turns around and he just looks at this figure standing there in his face. And says, "I find your lack of faith disturbing." He takes his hand up and makes 2 fingers tensing a little bit more and a little bit more. And he's looking at Negan's face. Negan starts to choke a little bit. And then there's a hit from his back. A pain coming from his leg. And he turns around really quick and he looks and he pulls out from his mechanical leg a batarang. Go.
There's nothing better than a decoy. Darth Vader turns his attention to Batgirl. And as he turns his attention to Batgirl and he extends his hand out to force choke her, she jumps over a counter or a table. And as she jumps over the table, she uses the bat zip line, and she zip lines up to the top of the ceiling. Now, while Darth Vader is looking, and he is pacing, looking and saying, "Where is she? Where is she?" So he can focus his force on her. As he goes to force his force on her, Negan slams his baseball bat right into his legs and drops him down onto his knees. And Negan smiles and says, "Exactly where I want you, on your knees. Go."
Darth Vader looks up at him. He's like, "Oh, the Force. I feel." Oh, let me go back a second. He's like, "Fear. I sense great fear in you." And all of a sudden, he whips out his lightsaber He activates it and he throws it from to the side of the room, letting the force go around, decapitating every person in the bar except for Batgirl, who is the attended recipient. Then, as it was coming back, Negan swings his bat and hits the actual hilt of the saber. It goes off to the side and go.
Nice try. I like you. You've got spunk. You're a real fucking trooper. That girl jumps down and she uses one of her gadgets to tie Vader up. But that is no match for Vader because Vader is a master of the Force. Vader breaks free. Using the power of the dark side of the Force, he stands, grabs both by the throat, and lifts them both up together. Now, the only three in the bar are just the three of them. And he looks at the two of them and says, there is no way that you can possibly stop the power of the dark side. Negan throws his bat at Vader, misses, caught by Barbara, and Barbara swings it and hits Vader in the helmet, knocking his helmet just a little to the side, enough for him to let go and lose his power at a moment. Go.
Knowing that the battle is on its turning point, there's blood everywhere in the building. It's dripping off the sides. Barbara has blood on her face. Negan has blood spatter around. Negan now has his bat. The helmet of Vader is off to the side a little bit. And he swings the bat again, cracking the helmet of Vader, where you can see the pasty white flesh that hasn't seen sunlight in decades. He rewinds up the bat and just says, batter's up. Swings the bat, and Darth Vader falls to the ground. They're not sure he's dead. Go.
Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Negan stands proud, smiling, not realizing that Vader is not dead. Vader uses his force power, grabs Negan, picks him up, force throws him into the wall, hitting a spike that is sticking out, kills Negan. Negan is dead. And he says the power of the dark side is no match for someone as primitive as you. And Barbara says, yeah, but you forgot about me. And she puts her foot on his throat, holds him until the rebels arrive and take Vader down.
You know what? I think that is a good place for that story to go. I think we nailed Negan. We nailed Barbara Gordon. We had a long time. You know what? I think that was good. That was fun.
I figured that would be a good place to end, because nobody would expect Batgirl to be able to stop Vader, and especially not Negan. But I wanted to introduce Vader right away, because I'm like, okay, we're really gonna take this somewhere. Let's have Vader show up and have these two have to go against him. Well, Vader's gonna have to be on his knees. So what's the best way to do that? Well, he's got mechanical legs. Knock out the mechanical legs, but you got to remember he has the Force. He doesn't need mechanical legs. He can still walk. He's got the Force, and he is the ultimate Sith Lord.
Oh, you know what? Instead of the Rebel forces, we should have had Batman come in, because Barbara had said that hey, he's here. Oh man, okay. Excellent.
I thought of doing that, but then I was like, everybody be expecting Batman to show up and be the one that's going to save the day. Because whenever there's Batgirl, you always got to have Batman to save the day. But it's like, no, let's let Batgirl handle this herself, and then let the rebels come in, and somebody from his own genre come in and actually take care of business from there. I
You know
was
what?
actually also thinking maybe Han Solo.
Right? That would have been cool. I was actually going to go for having Barbara turn to the dark side and have force
Oh,
push her off of him, and then see like potential I see in you, and then just take her with, like cut
yeah.
off her arm or something like that. That would have been really cool too.
Or
Awesome.
even better, or even better, where she could have said that you're not the only one that has force powers, and find out that Batgirl actually has the force and actually picks him up herself and actually throws him herself, and you find out that Barbara Gordon has actually had the force the entire time.
There will be full episodes of a pitch fix or dishes. This is kind of a mini thing that we do, that we would pitch this, where it would be bringing Star Wars into Marvel or DC. Star Wars is owned by Marvel in the comics, so I mean that could totally happen, and I'm surprised it actually
Oh
hasn't
yeah.
yet. I mean, you could literally with Marvel Comics have a Marvel universe with aliens and Star Wars all together, and that would be
Oh,
awesome.
that would be great. Oh, that'd
That
be
would be awesome.
awesome.
So for that episode, we'll have to revisit this. But Tim, Timmay, this was fun. So a little bit, I want to talk about some Patreon. You can look me up at the Fandemic. You can look up the Fandemic on Facebook. I have a group chat that we can get into if you want to talk to me, if you want to talk to Timmy. Um, Join our Facebook group. Subscribe, like, and share on YouTube. We will be having videos once I figure the shit out. Same way with Facebook Live. Once I figure the shit out, it'll be up there. We'll be doing this weekly for the first couple weeks while I'm kind of finding my feet. We will kind of just be a little bit sporadic, and once I get a little bit of knowledge into my brains. But all in all, I think this is a very, very good first episode. And I can't wait to get this on audio. And I will be getting on YouTube probably to the next day or so. Now, Timmy, how could people find you?
I'm available, Timmay Hayworth on Facebook. I am also on Instagram. You can find me on either one of those two. I'm not on Twitter yet, and not on Snapchat yet, but I am going to be setting up a YouTube channel. Just got a new camcorder today. I'm going to start doing some YouTube videos, a lot of fun stuff. I do a lot of impressions, going to be doing some stuff like that, and I'll keep people posted and keep up with Fandemic, and be visiting you and letting you know more as I get things going.
Oh, absolutely. We will definitely. This will not be the last that we see of Timmay, Neagan, Hayworth at
Oh
all.
God, I hope not.
I know, because I may have to pick up some more toilet paper, but hey, that's okay. It's not. You can go to the store and get it right now.
Get it while it's hot.
That's only after eating a certain rice does that to me.
Watch out for Taco Bell.
Is there still Taco Tico? Is Taco Tico still around? Because my God, Taco Tico used to just like it was
I don't
instra.
know. Oh yeah. It was
I mean,
just this is it's basically Taco Tico should change their name to Eatin' Shit, because that's
oh yeah,
basically what you do.
eat and then explode a turds.
Yep.
Oh man. Oh, awesome. All right. Well, everybody, thank you for listening. Please comment. Let us know what I can do better, because I want this to be awesome. We're going to start off with our awesomeness levels pretty damn high. We're going to do nothing but go up from here. All right. Thank you so much, and we'll see you next time. Any last words, Timmy?
Thank you very much for being on your show, and I hope I get to come back again real soon.
Oh yeah, this was way too much fun to only do it once. So you're definitely coming back. All right,
Yes.
and